Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Jane's Fighters Anthology. Last time, we protected some AC-130Us as they attacked enemy Islamic Egyptian forces as they were retreating from their defense lines on the Suez Canal. So now we will hopefully be ready to take Cairo, but let's see if anything else has come up in the mission briefing today. Divine Retribution. Al-Arish Air Base, date September 27th, local time 0400 hours. Weather, clear. Situation, retreating rebel forces have withdrawn to Cairo and are settling in for a prolonged siege of the capital city. Islamic aircraft continue to contest UN control of the skies. Mission objective, several flights of rebel fighters have overwhelmed our air patrols and are heading for our airbase. Scramble and intercept the incoming aircraft. Threat suppression data, ground opposition none, air opposition unknown. So it'll be, they want to see use X-31s? No. And of course, we're still average, which is unfortunate, but oh well. Since this should be a short-range defensive mission, let's take 60% fuel. It's a bit on the low side, but I feel like we aren't going to need all of it. And that should definitely give us maneuverability edge. And with that, let's get started. Alright, jammers on, range out, infrared on. We got bogeys behind us, so we're going to have our wingmen start off attacking them. And we're going to go inverted here. And, holy moly. 5 miles. Open the weapon bay doors. Are we? There they are. We got 4 gazelles. Okay. As much as I hate to use an AIM-9X, alright, at least we got the gazelles focused on us. As much as I hate dogfighting these damn things. For now, I can ignore the mirages, I think. I said I'm going to ignore the mirages. There we go. Get in the fight, wingman. Why the shit are you just sitting? Oh my god. Okay, what's the situation here? We have more gazelles. There we go. Oh, that's not all the gazelles yet. Oh no, not our Phantom. Don't worry, your turn. You know what? Screw it. Stay away from me. Don't talk to me or my wingman ever again. Alright, and this guy can't seem to take a hint. Got him. That must be the, Unfortunately, that allowed the rest of the strike force to come into range. Ram's off the rails. Alright. Got one. So it looks like the friendlies are starting to come back in from the external defense perimeter. Who the hell is still on me? Oh, this guy. Couldn't take the hint, huh? Whew. That was a close one. I know, I think there's another... Oh my god. I think there's another Phantom out there, but until I'm not being engaged by these guys... There we go. There we go. Maybe make yourself useful, wingman. I think this is the last Phantom. Oh, you got me there. I really hope that's my wingman getting him to break off. Got him. All right. And this guy still wants some. We just demolished his entire attack force. He's like, I'm gonna take this guy down. Like, at this point, this is when you cut your losses and run. I mean, if you look at, maybe with the exception of World War II, like anything after World War II, most engagements aren't super decisive. I mean, you'll have, at least not with jet fighters. Maybe after Korea might be better, but typically you'll have, like, you know, you can have a bunch of aircraft fight each other and only, you know, come away with, you know, maybe 2 kills and a few more damaged. So, I mean, that's kind of true of all these games, you know, that give us these ridiculous kill counts. You know, because there's no, you know, typically no real world pilot is going to have, you know, 20 kills in a mission, or, oh well, we were closer than I thought. Or even, like, where we routinely rack up anywhere between 4 to 8 kills in a mission, you know. Because that's just not the way it works in real life. I think some of the best examples of this might be the Israeli-Arab wars, but because, I mean, the U.S. hasn't really fought a huge air battle since, I guess, Vietnam, but even then, I mean, the Vietnamese Air Force was actually pretty small. I mean, it was ground fire that inflicted most casualties on U.S. forces, that and malfunctions. I mean, they were really small. I think they had less than 100 aircraft, if I remember correctly. And, I mean, that's what the inventory said on Wikipedia, if I remember correctly. And it's spread across everything from, like, MiG-17s to MiG-21s. They didn't have very many of the MiG-21s. They also didn't have any of the MiG-19s either, I don't think. But, it was interesting because, you know, if you go through my Vietnam campaign, we probably rack up enough kills in there to account for a good chunk, if not the entirety, of the North Korean Air Force in that war. Or not the North Korean, sorry, the North Vietnamese Air Force. Now, I don't know if that inventory takes into account, because I'm sure the Russians must have been giving them new planes the whole time. So I don't know if this is just like what they started the war with, or if it was supposedly like their entire inventory for the war. But I mean, certainly, especially when you look at Vietnam, like Operation Bolo was probably the biggest air battle of the war, or at least one of the biggest. And even that, there weren't that many kills. I think a half dozen maybe. So Alright, we're just gonna park ourselves here. It looks like they didn't do too much damage to the base. It seems like they hit an F4 on the ground, an F4G, which, well, let's face it, it's just not that big of a loss at this late era of its lifetime. You know, I'd be more worried about the pilot, honestly. And then it looks like they also might have hit a hardened aircraft shelter. Let's see if I can... Yeah, they took out one hardened aircraft shelter. So they might have taken out a newer aircraft if we assume there's something like a F-15, F-16, X-32, or F-22 in there. Hey, hello. You are not my wingman, but I will welcome you all the same. Where is my wingman? Okay, now he's coming in for his landing. Oh. So let's see where he ends up parking. You know what's funny is that this aircraft is basically outdated with the X-32. I mean, the F-35 is, well, in our timeline, the F-35, which is basically what the X-32 is supposed to be, is stealthier than, okay, he's just taking off again. Why is he dropping tanks? He has no tanks to drop. I mean, that is a sound, if I'm not mistaken, for dropping fuel tanks, which, you know, we heard that a lot in combat. I was fine with that, because it's like, okay, the Mirages probably had fuel tanks on them. And, you know, with their afterburning, they're obviously going through fuel very quickly. But why is my wingman making those sounds? I don't get it. It's not even that F-22s can have drop tanks. In real life, they can. It's just they don't in this game. But whatever. Debrief. Al-Arish Air Base. Date September 27th. Mission Divine Retribution. Resolution success. Great work tearing up that incoming strike force. With the rebels wasting their assets on unproductive attacks such as these, we'll soon have complete control of the skies. Destroyed the 8 enemy targets, protected the 3 friendly objectives. We took some cannon fire, but otherwise we're fine. Our wingman's fine. Okay, so our wingman did eventually do something. We ended up taking on all the gazelles. And we killed... I wasn't even counting at the end, you know, when we were letting all those AMRAAMs off the rails. But we have presumably a mix of Phantoms and Mirages there. I would imagine my wingman does too. All of our missiles hit, apparently, so that's great news. But that 7 means we use 3 of our Sidewinders, and that is not so great news, because now we will not be able to take a full load of Sidewinders with us. But we protected the base, and hopefully we're getting to a stage where we won't need every last Sidewinder, so I guess we'll see how it goes. So with that, thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for next time, and we'll see you then.